Namaste, I'm Jayapalashri from Samskara Healing. I welcome you for this episode 2, Mother and Son Duo, we're talking. And thank you for the awesome feedback that I received yesterday. It's interesting to know that many of you found this conversation interesting, and some of the questions that's come up, which we both would discuss about it and put in more details as and when needed. So we were talking about the importance of communication, and as a parent and a child, how important it is to be there and how to have an open communication. So let us go further with this conversation, talking on how to do things and what is it that needs to be done. So continue. Now I'll leave it to you.
Okay, so where were we yesterday?
You were speaking about how when you were in 3rd or 4th standard.
No, I think we crossed that topic.
No, that's what we ended with.
Yeah, I think we were just genuinely just talking about how important it is for a parent and child to have a good communication.
Mm-hmm.
And a question or two have come in about how I've naturally developed this level of comfort with my mother. And to be frank, I don't think it's been developed over time. I feel it has been developed over time, because it's like more like it just happened, it just exists. So I don't know how to give you like a step-by-step guide on how to develop this kind of an open relationship, but then it also sort of is more like the fact that no matter what it is, it's like I've just always been able to speak to my mother about it. Like almost every single thing that happens in my life, I've had the instant liberty of just going to her and blabbering to her, and me being this big blabbermouth that I am, it was actually really natural. So I don't know how to give you like a step-by-step guide on how one should develop an open relationship.
So why did someone ask you for that you're saying that?
Yeah, it came in the questions, which is there.
Okay. So that's interesting. It's good to know that...
Nice to know you read the questions.
I didn't read the question.
It came in the DMs.
Oh, okay. So, there is no step-to-step guide. How
do you develop this kind of an open relationship? So, I don't think there's exactly a way, because it just happens.
So there's no way that you would develop a relationship. It's about just being there for each other and just being ready to accept. I feel that, both of my boys, each have been different and each have had their own ways of expressing and communicating. With both, it's an open communication, and they can come to me and reach out to me and have whatever needs to be done. But still, I feel that it varies from a child to child. Sometimes I wonder if I'm doing the right thing, keeping this kind of an open communication and me being so chilled out. But I hear often from his friends that I'm a pretty chilled out mom. And I hear this from both my son's friends. When they come home, they're like, oh my God, you're so chilled out. Oh my God, it's so like exciting to... see the way you're so relaxed about everything and you speak about everything to your children, and it's really amazing to see how you do things. So my point comes is, are there boundaries to be maintained between a parent and a child? What do you say?
I don't think so.
No boundaries?
What boundaries do you want to maintain?
But
the boundaries you form are sort of the boundaries you form on your relationship. Maybe like until the child is 8 or 9, you can keep your boundaries. You can say stuff like, there should be a difference between like talking to your parents and your friends. Like, uske baad there shouldn't be a line. Like, after a point, your parents sort of has to become your friend. Or your parents...
So how important is it for you, Jay, that as a teenager you want your parent to be a friend to you?
Because if not, then you're not going to know what's happening in my life. So for me, I think it's going to be less important for the child and more important for the parent. Because the parent would want to be clued in on what's happening in the child's life. So for the parent to know what's happening in the child's life, you want to be a friend.
I hope you're telling me everything that's happening in your life.
Almost everything.
Almost? So yes, this is a strong belief I have, and I have kept an open kind of communication for my children, and I don't know everything that's happening in their space. They do tell me. At times I do get upset, but I kind of take my time on reacting. More than reacting, I try to act. So even if I'm very upset, I don't think twice to say that I'm upset. I say I'm upset or I'm hurt or I'm angry. Give me some time. I think I've said this often to you.
Quite a few times, yeah.
And
I
asked
think
for
more often than not, it's just, again, the same relationship that friends have. There are times where you might be upset and all you need is space, and there's nothing wrong with space.
So getting this is really important and having it is important. But I strongly believe that more than being a parent after your child is crossing the teenage belt and moving to becoming an adult, you have to step into a space of respecting them, allowing them to build their own identity, and giving them the space to explore and understand what is right and how it needs to be done. It's essential. It's scary at the same time. If you ask me how are you doing it, it's very scary. But I do know a lot of other parents also who do it. But then there are parents who are really very scared and they don't want to get into that space and do anything. But I see that when I've given them the space, I have allowed both my children to pick and choose and do what they need to do. I've also given them space to, in case if they're upset, I allow them to be upset. I tell them it's okay to be upset. It's okay to be angry.
It's a natural feeling. It's an emotion.
Yes. So I've encouraged them to express it.
But to be precise, being upset, being disappointed, being angry is all normal. Those are normal they're normal human feelings. They're normal human emotions. But being disrespectful is not acceptable. So you can be as upset as you want. You can be as angry as you want. But there's a line which has to be drawn. Your anger cannot result in being disrespectful to the other person. So even if it's a child and a parent should allow the child to feel disappointed. The child can be upset with the parent, but then again, disrespect can't come in. Either way, and even the parent can't disrespect the child and the child can't disrespect the parent. Because those are just like, you respect someone as a human being. Age aside, hierarchy aside, it's just you respect someone as a human being. You show them a certain level of respect, and often people who are angry might react in certain ways, say certain words, which are disrespectful, and that's when you draw the line. You're allowed to be upset, you're allowed to be angry, but not allowed to be disrespectful to anyone.
So I just want